Evening all. Another game following yesterday's. This time it's the International Twilight Struggle League, organised by Basmax. I'm USSR, my opponent is USA +2. So I open 4-4-1. Looks like NASA is my best headline. As always, Arab-Israeli war. The question is how likely Middle East scoring is going to be. I honestly like NASA as a headline because it does blunt that. Although, of course, if he sets up a Marshall Plan opening, I'll headline Arab-Israeli. So let's plug my hand in so I can keep track of all this and not just witter. Formosa Comic-Con decal's nice. Excuse me. Eastern European unrest. So decal's another option, but I think getting defected totally sucks. Headlining decal. NASA or Arab-Israeli war. If I was holding Middle East scoring, Arab-Israeli war would be the no-brainer. But as played, I'm going to headline NASA. So NORAD, that's going to cost him an extra 2 ops to activate. We'll start with the coup on Iran, which is a nice successful one. So I expect a coup on Egypt, I can counter coup, then decal, including Algeria, to move into France. Arab-Israeli war is still worth eventing, because obviously if I can clean him out at 50-50, that's a potential huge swing in the Middle East. Spacing Formosa is not terrible if I can get to space first as well. But he's eventing de Gaulle, which is intriguing. Okay. I'm going to event Arab-Israeli war, which fails. That's a bummer, but it was worth a try to clear him out. I'm unlikely to be able to ops war in France with Truman still in the deck. And Suez may still come to help in both cases. So, if he finishes taking France, I space Formosa. Maybe Malaysia? No. Spreading influence around the Middle East. Which is fine for now. But I don't get off to space, which is a bummer. Okay, so he's UNIing. He's got SOTGov. He's keeping DEFCON high, which is interesting. Finishes taking France and starts pressing. Where's the third one? Iraq, yeah. We'll keep pressure up in the Middle East. He's obviously spreading influence for NORAD effectiveness, isn't he? This is trickier than it looks as a puzzle. I don't really want to give him the last coup in the Middle East. No, I think pushing into Libya and popping one in Saudi is fine. I'm not particularly happy about it, but we'll see. And he's just going to keep incrementing Canada. Okay. So we can event decall, but he's going to get a... He's going to get containment on the last AR. No, let's do it. And we are going to put one in Thailand. Oh, if I get couped out of Thailand in that configuration, I can't get back in, right? Let's do that instead and see if we can get a coup counter coup going. So he'll go to Thailand, and it's huge. That probably backfired. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. He did have Truman. Good thing I didn't ops war. And where did it go? Wasn't paying attention. Ah, okay, so he presses. Well, that's not so splendid in so many respects. Honestly, Defectors is probably the best headline. I can't headline Olympic Games because it's a DEFCON risk. Independent Reds hasn't gone. If Korean War fails, I have to pump it anyway, which means I then potentially lose Pakistan. So yeah, let's do Defectors. Although Europe's not going to get any better. So dropping Europe in the headline. I can't 5-year plan it. Can I? So maybe just eating Europe scoring. Yeah, let's do that. And I get purged as well. Well, when everything's going great, why worry? Well, we've got Korean War, so we can offer the coup. If we're lucky, we can lure him into pumping South Korea and flipping it, but I'd say it's unlikely. If Arab Israeli war doesn't drop the China card to take India and Burma to make them both 6 is reasonable. Does take the coup. Does flip. Breaks Iran. Standard. We'll stay ahead in Iran for now. Alright, well, we'll advertise domination for now and see if we can lure him into Korea. I'm hoping he thinks that's just Indo-Pakistani war fear. If I can... Although I could use Marshall Plan to take Laos, Malaysia and Indonesia. Which would help dominate Asia at the expense of giving up Europe permanently. But he'll beat me to those. Yeah. So Man, oh man. There really isn't a lot to do while purged. We're going to put 3 in Korea. Before eventing Korean War. Ugh, man, this has not started very well at all. But this will be the month for it, I'm sure. Just burn it all to the ground. Did spread influence quite well in turn 1, because now it's all over the shop. Iran's problematic, Korea's technically problematic. Gets off to space first too, why not? Hope for the best. Small mercies. Of course, if I get dealt CIA in the reshuffle and he duck and covers me, the game might be over nice and quickly. So, there's always that. A nasty, brutish and short ending. If DEFCON's not dropped in the headline, my AR1 coup has to be Iran, I guess. Thanks for the extra battleground. The old Costa Rica cover. So, Europe storing comes back. What a delight. I at least get Indo-Pakistani war. We know he's holding D-Star. As well as Suez and Middle East scoring. And duck and cover. And Fidel, if I've not missed any. Yeah. So in the reshuffle I got Europe and Comic-Con. Well then. I'm not going to be saving Europe, so that's going to drop again. Presumably he's going to drop Middle East scoring for 1 VP. I may as well blockade him now. Well, no, I mean, that doesn't gain anything, does it? It's almost better to keep it in the deck. Well, I can't headline Europe scoring in case he Eastern European arrests me and I get presenceless. So I guess Indo-Pakistani war is best for blandness. Oh, purged again. What a delight. That's going to go down fantastically. Okay, so now Iran gets broken and he can dominate. So I then use Comecon to take Saudi Arabia and I'm going to lose Middle East domination as well. Looks like I'll be trying to win this one by Defcon suicide then, shall I? Or a 3-turn Quagmire. Yowza. I'm going to lose the race, but I might as well keep the race on, eh? What's the worst that could happen? Oh well. Well, let's pray for cooing and counter-cooing that isn't a complete disaster. That's a good start. I could do with a whiff here. And of course I don't get one. Let's ditch. We might as well hold special relationship to space next turn. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to lose South America as well. This is definitely a must-win by Defcon game. I guess the pivot point was deciding to keep Defcon high in turn 1 instead of dropping it. Looks like he's going to hold duck and cover for turn 4 headline. So let's hope I get dealt We Will Bury You, because that might be another way of winning. Let's put another one into Zaire. Space Fidel, I assume. If I missed duck and cover, I presumably have, which is perfect. I'm not even counting cards properly. Asleep at the switch. Oh yes, he used it turn 1. Idiot. So I think he's holding Fidel and Suez. So headline junta. Well, at least I can ditch CIA created. Well, let's pop 2 in Chile before I lose all substance. Of course. Oh, in a sense, I'm glad you didn't use it on Europe. Glad I didn't use it for the 3VP. Oh boy, oh boy. Right, we use Truman for presence in Chile while it's useless. So it's basing VOA, using CIA with nuclear subs, eventing Camp David because we have no other choice, and using Missile Envy for ops. I guess coupping Colombia to threaten Panama is not terrible. Now on to Africa, of course. Well, that's not so bad. Setting up coup counter coup on non-battlegrounds is fine for me in principle. And at least I get that triggered once. Oh, oh bonus. Need those VPs. Since I can't go to space. So now comes Angola. Tempo-wise, I should have moved to South Africa first, but the game's not going to hinge on that, I'm sure. Could do a Muslim revolution just to enjoy punting 10 influence out of the Middle East. I'm going to use CIA next AR to make sure I don't get put in the bear trap and avoid ditching it. Because at this point, that's pretty much the only way this hand could get worse. If I ended up carrying CI over to another turn that it wasn't ditchable. Sure, why not? I mean, in a way, that's fine for me because he doesn't get to coup. So let's ditch CIA. Not with nuclear subs. So he'll either coup Angola or put one in Peru. If he doesn't realign me entirely out of Chile, I'll use the Camp David op to split Argentina. Although I may, if he doesn't drop Africa scoring, counter coup Zimbabwe to get presence and deny domination. And then it forces him to put 3 ops in South America on his AR, South Africa on his AR7. So that's not terrible. Yeah. So let's do that. Why not? And at least I can't lose the game this turn. But soon. Still, 2 full turns in the quagmire would make a difference this game. There's still hope. Not a lot of it, but, you know, some. So I think he's holding Fidel plus 1 other card, and we'll find out what that 1 other card is presently. Oh, Brezhnev. Well, say goodbye to that then. Yeah, fine. So I guess a coup in Argentina is the most immediate concern. So Lines for Progress is pretty unplayable given the layout. I think decall to break Africa/Asia isn't terrible here. And I can back it up with Portuguese Empire crumbles. Oh man, if I have to play Arsenal because I can't play Alliance for Progress. And he ditches Lone Gunman, that's another way I'm not going to carry through. Yeah, let's headline decall. Oh, and he gets a coup anyway, so. Oh, but he can't coup with that. That's a bonus. He either has to return it and coup with 2 ops, or space it, another option. Spacing it wouldn't be terrible in a sense, because he'd get his NORAD op. But yeah, he may realign on Chile. Yeah, standard. There it goes. Why not? I don't know. I'm just going to ask not now. Although he can quite simply ditch Africa or Asia scoring with it. But I don't know. At this point, it's almost entirely glib. Let's see what he cycles through. Of course, it does accelerate the probability of Central and South America dropping, but not a great deal that can be done there. Getting a coup off on Nicaragua isn't terrible. Although I need to put one in Poland, then put two in for John Paul to be evented. Let's see if Lone Gunman goes. No, just Fidel, and no, he doesn't even need OAS. Cheeky. Perfect. I think at this point I have to use the China card. So now get ready for your Suri. That does allow me at least to hold one of the disgusting cards. Got rather too much going on, I feel. Of course, the advantage of Warsaw Pact not having been out is I could play John Paul and then turf him out. Ha! Well, balls to that then. Tell you what, let's give him Alliance for Progress at 4 VP in the hopes that he's got Africa scoring, because I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, of course I don't get domination. I've miscounted that. Well, Whatever can go wrong. We will counter coup. So we'll put back in and we'll cover Poland. And now we're going to give up a VP in Milops. Unless he's got Poland, stop worrying and he can get full VP. Well, I think the game's probably ending this turn. So it's time for a ruddy good quagmiring. Several unplayable cards. But let's start with Quagmire. Game's over. Thanks for watching. Let me know if I should have dropped Defcon in turn 1. Can't type either. Right, thanks for watching. Comment away. See you next time.